It's Chris with Acting Creative, and this is a handwoven experience. In today's episode, I'm going to be playing with pinwheels. Now, don't think pinwheel the cookie with the spiral in it. Think pinwheel the toy. It's on the stick, has the lightweight star kind of shape to it, and then it goes crazy when the wind catches it. Well, imagine taking that shape when it's not in motion and creating a pattern that looks just like it. That's what we're after today. So let's talk about how to create our own pinwheel fabric. Now, at the core of it, a pinwheel pattern is in a color and weave style. Now, if you aren't familiar with that phrase, color and weave, I just did an episode a couple back all about what that means to be in a color and weave style. But the bottom line is that it's all about the placement of the colors. The colors make the pattern come to life. So let's dive into that a little further, right? This is my pinwheel fabric that I'm working on, and you'll see, do you see the cool pinwheel shape in the red? But if you look, it's also there in the blue. So it acts kind of like an MC Escher drawing where it's one shape, but it interlocks with itself over and over again to create this very, very cool look. But the bottom line is this is a twill. That's all it is, my friends. And mine I'm using here is a 2-2 twill. Easy. You always have 2 shafts up and 2 shafts down to create this very cool effect. That is all it is. Now, because it's a twill, we're going to need some floating selvages to make sure that our weft goes all the way to the edges of the fabric. And to create this effect, we need to be aware of the placement of the colors and the ratio of the colors. Okay, so let me tell you what I mean by that. So in the warp here, you'll see I've got 2 colors. I have red and then a blue. Here, let me show you closer up here. These are my colors. I've got like a lipstick red and a pale blue. And I did them in stripes over and over again in kind of the body of the fabric right here. Now, to create this effect right here, I need to make sure that I use those same colors in my shuttles, in my weft. That's how this happens. Because, here's my evidence, because on the edges of my fabric here, I have 2 darker colors. I have a dark red and I have kind of a medium blue. And what you'll notice is that when I use these 2 colors with the darker ones, this just looks like a twill. It doesn't create that kind of cool pinwheel, spirally kind of look. No, no, no. This just looks like a twill here instead of creating the pinwheel effect. Now, we have to pay attention to color. We also have to pay attention to the ratio. And here's what I mean. My stripes here are 4 ends of each. So I have 4 ends of the light blue, 4 ends of the red. So when I go to weave my pattern, I'm gonna do 4 picks of the red and 4 picks of the light blue over and over again. So you get kind of a balanced weave. So you have the same kind of spacing going this way that you do this way. So let's just get to it. Let me show you what this looks like, shall we? Okay. Now, like I said, it is a 2-2 twill. So I'm always going to have 2 shafts up and 2 shafts down. See that? So I'm going to start with my red here is going to go first. Now, like we talked about, my stripes in the warp are 4 ends each. So I'm going to do 4 picks of each here. So let's start this. That's 1, 2. Now, part of what gets exciting here is that we have to manage 2 shuttles throughout the entire pattern. And let me show you kind of just what you're watching for here is that I have 2 shuttles on the same side of my loom here. And I want to make sure that I don't have really crazy loops on the end. So I'm just going to take my red and I'm just going to kind of wrap it around the blue and kind of catch it so that those loops stay nice and close to the fabric. So send this through. This is pick number 3. And this is pick number 4. Now, time to change colors. So I'm going to pick up my blue shuttle now and make sure it wraps around my red just to make sure that everything stays nice and cozy. So this is pick number 1. Always 2 shafts up and 2 shafts down. Always, always. I'll send it back through this way. This is pick number 3. I'm going to wrap it around my red to catch it. Oops. Come back like that. And this is pick number 4. Voila. There we go. that's how you do pinwheel. It is just that simple, my friends. Now there's all kinds of variations of patterns on pinwheel, but it doesn't have to be crazy. I'm working on a 4-shaft loom. I've got 2 colors. Off you go. That's all you need. So just as a little recap, to create your own pinwheel pattern, what you'll need is 2 colors. That's the bare minimum, is 2 colors for this. You'll need to alternate them in the warp and the weft in the same kind of ratio. So if you have 4 ends of one color, then you have 4 picks of that same color to create the pinwheel effect. And it's just a twill. That is all you need to know. So I suggest you go forth and spin around with some pinwheel. That's what I suggest. It is a lot of fun, I promise. All right, my friend, have a great week. Happy weaving.